Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Tello back to you with another video again. We're coming out of these just swinging, and when I mean swinging, listen to me, hold on, full cam it for a second. I'm talking, we're coming out of here, out the blue with videos, cranking them out. We're swinging swords and PvPs. Repent, Hodge, Bubble. What can you do? Heal yourself. What are you going to try to kill me at the end? Lay on hands. I'm not done yet? Mana pot. I'm not done yet? Pop a little old thap. Settle down. Settle down. Not like that, alright? But I'm sweating in Stranglethorn. Maybe I shouldn't. I'm being a little too nerdy about this. To be honest, we can't even afford a FAP. We're not even sweating. Majority of the time, we're just getting one-shotted by a Shadow Priest. Probably a Boomkin too. Anywho, ignore the tape, cut the VOD. Listen, lock it the fuck in, alright? Lock it in. Today I'm doing Gnomer. We're trying to finish that Thermoplug boss, get him out the way. And then we got a lot of other beautiful things going on. A little sip of the Poland Spring. How you doing? Much love to you guys. Chug it up for the one time. All right, let's talk. We're going to talk about, zooming in, hold on. Rocking it in. Rolling in. Anywho, listen. Let me be serious with you guys for a second. So, it looks like finally, Wowhead has the updated guide to what equipment you can get for your best in slots. And it's really good, and we're also going to talk about, and we'll have some timestamps in the video. Catch your breath, Tello. You only moved like 5 steps. You fat fuck. Unbelievable. Anywho, settle down. Yes. So we're going to talk about a really good things that have been discussed in the Paladin Discord. We're going over the best in slot gear. We will also go into maybe the talent tree. You know what? Maybe I'll, because I know somebody asked about, talk about a little about PVP Paladin. So this might be a longer video. Let's see how long we can go with this bad boy, all right? But we're going to talk about a couple things. So I'm going to mainly stick to Paladin DPS. And we'll go from there and then see what we can like dig into. But I want to show you basically what's going on and what I recommend right now for the Paladin best in slot. So right now, as you see here, there's a lot of stuff going on. I got a piece of hair on me right now. What the fuck? Listen, same shirt as the other day, but it's washed, okay? We just want, I like this shirt for some reason right now. I don't know. It feels cozy. Anywho, I like this gear, what they're recommending. There's a lot of good stuff here. You can really get some dope items, and it's really cool what they're offering. But I want to go into the list so we can look at each slot and see like what's the best overall. So if you're going for a solid headpiece, they recommend the best BIS item currently right now is the negating helmet for blacksmithing. I believe 225. You get your crit by 1%, and you get the use ability, which is really good. It's a 10-minute cooldown, but still, pretty solid item. You can't go wrong. You'll be able to use that item on multiple bosses within Gnomer, and then just play around with it. If you have leatherworking, and this is something that I was concerned about. Now, I have leatherworking myself in engineering, because I used the void leather gloves from last phase, which are actually still pre-BiS right now for Gnomer. You could still rock those void leather gloves if you don't have a good pair of gloves. So I don't recommend, if you're a leather worker switching to blacksmithing. It's not really super needed, but I would say in the end of things to the later phases, a lot of blacksmithing and leather working in general, they are good for use for paladins throughout WoW, no matter what. So I think blacksmithing is better because it's just nice to have the plate armor compared to leather. You know, since I do like more PvP myself, I like plate compared to leather. So yes, you sacrifice a little, you know, Giga Chad damage, maybe by like 1 to 2, 3%, but overall you get more protection. It's based on your playstyle at the end of the day. If you're just trying to be a, you know, go for parses and be a whole freaking monkey going bananas with freaking, you know, massive damage numbers, I respect it because that's how I am sometimes too. But leave that to the rogues or the warriors, okay? Because they're going to beat us no matter what. However, at the end of the day, I would say you can't go wrong with any of these helmets. And honestly, if you just want to go for the Rage and Berserk helm in Scarlet Monastery, there's nothing wrong with that. Go for that. I have this bad boy myself. Very good fucking helmet. Very solid, and it looks sick. So sometimes it's fashion over, you know, damage passion. All right, so settle down. Lock it into the next one. Let's talk about the shoulders. Now, at the end of the day, you could go from the Gnomer shoulders. Really good shoulders here. Pretty solid. But right now, I'm rocking the leather ones. The failed flying experiments, this is really easy. If you got like a group of 3 or 4 with you to do this group in Feralis, or Feralis, however you pronounce it, Really easy. Just kill like the gorillas or the ogres there to get the quest drop. Then you go to the cave where the yetis are, and then you escort the chicken down to the coast near where you would take the boat across to the inn over there. Really easy. Best in slot shoulders, pretty fucking solid. Overall, you want to go for the Trog Slayer Pauldrons. I 100% agree with this. I mean, more agility, more intellect, plus some attack power. Can't go wrong with these bad boys here. You can't go wrong with the alloy shoulder plates too, so you're looking good either way, even if you get any of them. I say go for the leather first, then you'll get into Gnomer and get the other two. As far as the back right now, I would say overall, it doesn't show this here, but I do think the Sergeant Cloak that you get from PvP right now, the one that has +4 all stats, and then you can put agility on that Coke. I said Coke. I'm basically on Coke right. This is crazy. Not drugs, Coca-Cola. This is YouTube friendly. I'm sorry about that, YouTube. Please don't cancel me. Anywho, lock it in. I need to take a sip of water. I'm too hype right now. I'm overextending. Oh my gosh. Chug it in. Breathe, Julian. Breathe, Julian. Okay, anywho. So, as far as the cloaks, yes, the Sergeant Cloak, really good overall. You can't go wrong with not having that cloak. I know it's not on the list, but I still think it's one of the best cloaks in the game currently at the moment. Now, if you get the Dark Hooded Cape and you farm that rare in Arathi Highlands, bless you. Much blessings. But this cape is going for like 1,400 gold on the auction house. 1,400 gold! Unless you're a swiper and you're a pro. Can I have some gold, please? Anywho, Blood Wrench Drape, extremely good cloak, but you miss out on a lot of stats. But that 1% crit might be worth it. And plus you're stacking more crit percentage. That's really juicy. So I do like this cloak. It's from the Stranglethorn event. Very easy to get. And then the best in slot is the Drape of Dismantling. This is the best cloak in the game right now. There's no shadow of a doubt. If you go for this one, this is a bad boy from Vicious Fallout. In Gnomer, by the way. For chess pieces, and this is something that's a big topic of discussion, is whether you go with your tier set for plate and just get all 3 pieces, which I honestly recommend. Personally, I would say it's best to go with the hazard if you like to do PvP. Because you're a plate wearer. You're not going to get absolutely deleted by rogues. You'll survive for a little bit depending on your survivability, how smart you are with PvP, how you do your bubbles, you know, your trinkets, your usages with Hodges and Repents, you know. I think, honestly, Hazard Plate is one of the best to go with. But if you want to go with more of the parsing, I would say maybe go with the Insulated Chest Guard. The leather from this damage you get is absolutely phenomenal. You won't be as squishy as if you had the hazard plate, because you get so much more armor, and then plus topping with Devo armor in PvP, it's really nice. But insulated chest guard, if you're going for PvE, you want to go for the chest guard. I know it's weird rolling on leather that, you know, maybe rogues are more beneficial of, and druids are more beneficial of, but you're only going for the 2 set. You want the chest and the legs, and that's it. You don't want to get the 3 set. And then you're good to go. You have a solid best in slot. But the Warforged chestplate, don't sleep on this. This is the one I have right now. Very fucking good. You need a big group for this, and I recommend a hunter. Get 2 hunters of anything. Kite those dragons around, you'll be good to go in no time. You get that from the Badlands, by the way. It's a quest chain. So let's continue. Now this right here. Okay, I'm dying right now. I don't know what's going on. Why am I dying? Every video, I feel like I'm choking right now. Sip of the water. 1 sec. We're okay. Lock it in, Tello. Please tell me to lock it in. I think I'm dying. Anywho. So, when we go with the wrist, okay? I've been grinding Warsong Gulch, and that's a video for discussion in another day, because we got to talk about the lack of sleep from Warsong Gulch. I am at 10k rep. It is dog shit grind. You got to be winning your games or doing Ashenvale each week for that 1,000 rep, because it is extremely hard to get these bad boys. But it is so beneficial once you get exalted, because once you're exalted with Warsong or Arathi or anything later down the line with AV, you're going to be set forever. You're always going to get the exalted pieces first. You get all the good stuff right away, and you'll be pre-BiS and ready to rock in each phase. This is amazing. I highly recommend going for this. But if you don't want to go through that grind, and I understand some people don't like to do PvP, go for the Gnomer ones. Get a group for the Uldaman, if you can, a 5-man with your friends, or just go to the auction house and try to get a tiger piece. And this is what I recommend overall. Now, do note, since I'm only talking about damage spec this video, right? Understand that you could talk about tank spec or holy spec. If whatever the variant is for that, whether it's like of the eagle or of the bear, go for those variants for the greens, and you'll be solidified. You'll be set with some pre-BiS items. And those are still really good to use. So look for the eagle, look for bear variants of what we look for as tiger is in red paladin, right? So that's what I would recommend to you, the prots and the holies. Anywho, for hands, remember when I mentioned earlier, void touch leather gloves is still pre-BiS. If you don't have the grubby gauntlets or the machinist gloves, those are the best ones to get overall. I have the Grubbus ones right now currently. They're really good. If you manage to get the gloves of the Holy Might, I don't know whether to say to keep them or sell them, because they go for a lot of gold right now. I think on Living Flame US, they're going for 600 to 700 gold, which I'm surprised that's not higher. I think I saw it like at 1,000 at one point early. Crag Fist of the Tiger, amazing. I think those are really nuts. You can get Ultimate Group, go for those. Or if you go for the Gauntlets of Divinity. Overall, you can't go wrong with any of these gloves. And just remember, these gloves are only good against machines in Gnomer. So these gloves are specifically PvE oriented. Still good, but I honestly like the Grubbus Gauntlets a little bit more, personally. But these are still really good gloves. So the waist. Now the waist, there's a lot of options you can go. You can go with the engineering gold wrap if you really want to, because it helps with crit strike melee, and plus you get the equip as well and the usage. So this is BOE. If you're an engineer like me, I will be making this and probably putting this on myself. However, realistically, the belt that I'm chasing is either the Arathi Highlands belt, the the power assisted lifting belt, because it gives you the plus stats in your your weapon proficiencies. Plus it's just really good stats overall, or the dark vision girdle. So overall, these are really good belts that you can go with that I personally recommend. Board Champion's belt, you can't go wrong with this either from Razorfen Downs. Night Scale girdle, if you need something from a quest line, just something simple, this is really good as well. And then the belt of the Trog Berserker, all stuff from Gnomer is just really good overall. And now the legs. Now I mentioned the legs earlier too, that you should go with the two-piece for the leather piece. So you can go with the leather piece, you can go with the hazard if you want to finish the 3-plate set, the electromantic chassis if you want to go with that set. But if you're going to do the Centurion leg plates, you need to bring an army to Searing Gorge. And I'm dead serious about that. There are people on my server who are bringing armies to Searing Gorge. And I recommend, if you want to do that, by all means, go with an army, because you're going to need it. Now, for the boots, I recommend personally going with the Shin Kicker boots. These are actually very easy to get. I think they are simple, they're effective. The quest line's not that hard. You basically got to go to Booty Bay and accept a quest to go to Tenaris, which you're going to get these stolen depths from. And in the right side corner where the cave is, on the map, if you just do the quest line, it'll be really easy to follow. It'll show a little gear icon if you're using the Quest add-on to see the icon, pretty much. It'll show you where to go. You're going to go inside. There's going to be like some level 45, 46 pirates in there. They're going to be pretty hard to kill. You don't want to kill them. You basically just want to go in there, go up top. If you die, it's fine. Run back from the graveyard. Run upstairs. If you're a paladin, pop your bubble. Go upstairs. Die. No big deal. Then when you respawn, just grab the equipment. Run outside real quick. Bubble again. Just dip from the enemies. And you'll be good to go. Or if you want, just die again. Res at the spirit healer. And then you just hand the quest in. You get these bad boys for free. Best in slot boots. You can't go wrong. However, you could go with the Black Forge Greaves if you want to just, be lazy, go to the auction house, no problem. The Gothic Sabatons, you can do that too. Get stuff from Gnomer. Your Black Fathom Deep's leather boots are still pretty damn good too. And then the Arathi Highlands, the Plate Greaves. So, tons of options when it comes to the boot category. To be honest, I really actually like the Arathi Highland boots. These are really sick. But overall, the Hazard boots, if you're going to the 3-piece set, you can't go wrong at all. For the neck, so right now currently the High Tide Choker is really good. That's the one I'm rocking at the moment, but you can get any of these tiger or strength necklaces from auction houses, world drops. Martyrdom outside the instance, this is really good neck for just straight up raw attack power, but the best would be the Gnomer Peace Officer's Torque. I don't know why it's not highlighting. 16 attack power, 1% crit, 6 stamina. This is just best in slot. Okay, that's what I recommend. For the rings, you can go double protector band. I know it doesn't show this year, but double protector band is actually nuts. Or the iron spine ring from graveyard rare drop. That is also a really good ring that this list does not show. Very good ring. I think you get like 4 strength, 9 agi, some shit like that. Really fucking good. But obviously you want to get that hypercharged gear of devastation. You could do double protector band, the level 28 variant, or the new level variant like this one, or you can go with the green rings, the assault band. This all works fine too. For trinkets, it seems like domestic attack chicken is going absolutely fucking nuts. I'm about to show you guys some logs here in a second with Paladin, some breaking news shit, but I'm just showing you the gear stuff. Overall, Avenger points, oh my gosh, I can't fucking speak right now. Guys, just tell me when to shut the fuck up. You know the deal, right? Don't let me tell you to shut the fuck up. You tell me when to shut the fuck up. Anywho, Avengers Void Pearl. Still really good. Nothing wrong with that. You can also, get the other versions depending on the class you're doing. Like if you're doing, the shotgun and you want more spell power or whatever, you can get the other variants, but it costs a lot of money, right? The Gyromatic Experiment 420B is still really good. The stuff from Gnomer overall is just BiS. Even this trinket, I know people are saying like, damn, it's a fucking 5-minute cooldown, but people are using it and it's making kind of a difference. So this is not that bad. I wouldn't go with the Dispel. That's for like mainly PvP if you really want to, but it's not bad. Now, into the juicy news. Into the news that I think is really important right now. So as of last night, I believe last night or the day before, people have found out that Seal of Martyrdom, since it's normalized weapon damage now, it is actually insane. It is insane for faster base weapons. So this means if you're going to be using the automatic crowd pummeler, if you get it from Gnomer, you want to use this with Seal of Martyrdom for single target base damage only. You will be absolutely smacking and critting every single second you get the chance. And I'm going to show you the logs. I'm going to show you what's going on. But it seems like Seal of Martyrdom is back into effect with fast-based weapons. And this means for your one-handing tanking with single targets, two-handing tanking with a faster mace, axe, or sword. And this is really juicy stuff. This also gives the opportunity for people to twist with Martyrdom. So if you're twisting it to rank 5 Righteousness or whatever rank you're using, extremely viable stuff right now. So it seems like Martyrdom is the way to go. A lot of people are also talking about Nightblade because it's really fast as well. Plus it has the proc with 275 shadow damage. I mean, the possibilities right now are endless for Seal of Martyrdom. And it seems like it has insane potential in PvE. Insane potential. Probably we can try it in PvP too, just to see how it works, since you get to be able to do the twisting and shit. I mean, I like it. I'm digging the fact that there is flexibility right now with Paladins, because in my last video I was talking about it's looking a little rough, but this gives some light to us. There is light, and there's light blasting me in the face right now. Do you see the light? Look at the hand glowing naturally. The hand is glowing naturally from the lay on hands of the gods above, all right? The WoW gods are blessing us right now. However, pretty cool stuff, though. I really think, yeah, I saw this with Jackhammer. This is the drop that I'm going to show you on the logs, where this dude had the Jackhammer, and he dropped 401 DPS. 401 with Martyrdom. Seal twisting. Going hard in the paint. I love it. Overall, Morgraine's Mic and Nightblade's still really good, too. But this has insane potential with Martyrdom. If you're going to go Martyrdom, any one of these weapons you have here are the go-to weapons. Because 3.20 and below is best for Righteousness. Anything higher than that, you want to go Seal of Command. You want to go with the Command option. Now, if you're going to stick with the Command option, for the people that still love Divine Storm like I do, I'm banging on my desk over here, what's going on? If you still like the Seal of Command with Divine Storm, nothing wrong with that. That's my bread and butter. You're going to want to look at the list down below here. So we have the Thermoplug Rocket, the Best in Slot Axe, really juicy stuff. The Bloodlight Avenger, really juicy sword. If you manage to get the Pendulum of Doom, fucking mega juicy. I know it says very good, but this thing is juiced, okay? That proc rate, pretty juiced. That swing time, massive juice, all right? If you get Ravager, Bonebiter, Morgraine's Might, still good for this too. Even though it doesn't have like the proper weapon swing speed we want, but overall still good. And the Pacifier, which is actually really juicy. Pacifier is low-key a hidden gem. Not a lot of people talk about it all the time. It's just there, but right now majority of these other options like Bone Biter and stuff like that are better, right? I would say overall, yeah, this is all really good stuff with Seal of Command as well. Even though Mograin's Might, it's a little bit on the slower end. Still, I would say Mograin's is better for the Martyrdom option, but you can't go wrong. That equip with the damage done is really nice too, and healing done if maybe Holy's use this, who knows? But let's go down. And for the Librams, we got the Limber Benediction, reduce the mana cost of your shield spells by 10 from Gnomer, really juicy stuff, and the 15 Undead, which is going to be really good, probably until 60, to be honest. A lot of people might just have this. But that's it. Besides the list, I hope you guys enjoyed the list portion of this video. Let me know your comments about any other items that I don't know about that might be really good too, that you're considering that is not on this list, and we would go from there. Now let's look at the logs here. Now this is what I want to show you. Let's look into Gnomer, where's it at? Sorry, Season of Discovery. And then we go into Gnomer. Where's it at? Show me the info. Show me the info. I should have this info already ready. I'm slacking. DPS, and we're gonna look at not Grubbus. Let's look at Thermoplug, because Thermoplug is really where the damage totem pole is. Like everybody else can pop off in the beginning, but this is where it's looking at. Now this dude last night, if you see this number right here, 401.6 on Thermoplug, compared to everyone else on that list. Everyone's dropping, what, 300 and below. This dude popped the fuck off, dude. Let's look at the cast and what he did. Let's go to his name. It should be right here. Let's look at cast. We see here, Seal of Martyrdom. Seal of Martyrdom. We got some exorcisms. We got some twisting into rank 5 righteousness. Some judgments, Crusaders, popping Seal of the Crusader for the debuff. And let's look at the summary of his items. This dude is stacked, by the way. Not saying everyone's going to get these numbers. If you're with the right group and you're stacked, this dude has Giga Chat gear right now. He has the best in slot, BFD helmet. He has the 3-piece hazard set, already juiced the fuck out with gear. So he has the chest, the legs, and the feet. He has Ornate Dark Iron Bangles, really juicy stuff for leather. The Board Champion Belt, which I recommended before. He has the shoulders that I have. Really good neck piece, probably, maybe I'm assuming Tiger, Strength, Agi. I'm not too sure. Let me know in the comments. Those gauntlets I'm using right now, Grubbus Grubby Gauntlets. Really good gauntlets, +5 on those bad boys too. Protector Band, Marsh Ring, probably Tiger. The Trinket, Domesticated Attack Chicken. The Void Pearl, best in slot back. This dude is juiced. And the Jackhammer, which he is using, like I mentioned, Seal of Martyrdom. He's doing the twisting, using Seal of Righteousness, the highest ranks, and he is blasting these bosses with tons of damage. Seal of Martyrdom right now is incredible. The amount of damage that you are getting from Seal of Martyrdom with this new normalized weapon change is very, very good. I highly recommend you guys considering doing Seal of Martyrdom and trying this build out. I mean, dude, look at this dude's fucking rank, bro. Look at his parsing. And let's look at overall. Let's go to all kills and do rank. Let's go to all kills, because he should be... I gotta look at what... Yeah, he's right here. He's the top dude right here. 100. His top overall damage for everything is 100. Even on Grubbus when he was tanking. 100. This fucking dude is an animal, I say. And I really like the fact that Martyrdom is back into effect, because it felt a little useless for a while. We didn't know if Martyrdom would ever be good again, or if they would really reintroduce it into these later phases. But I'm very happy with the outcome of this. Well, not only does this mean that Paladins are good, this means that Paladins are extremely viable, and there's a lot of great utility besides the offer, the overall utility we already offered to a raid, but now for the utility overall in damage, and I really like that. Now, I want to talk about talents. So let's go to the talent calculator, okay? Let's look at the WoW talent calculator, and let's look at what we should be doing for PvE and what we should be doing for PvP. So this will be a hybrid video. This will talk about what talents you should go for PvE right now currently in Phase 2, and what talents you should consider for PvP in Phase 2. So we're only talking about red here. All right, we're only talking about full ret. You can go to, we talked about in the past about going deep prot in our videos. So if you want to look back at a couple videos from before, we've talked about what you should be doing for a deep holy, deep prot, right? Depending on where you want to go. But right now we're focused on ret, right? So let's get the ad out of here. Get it out of here. I should be using Firefox like that one dude said. Unbelievable. Get them out of here. Anywho, so if you want to go into deep ret right now, right, I would recommend, personally, we're going to talk about PvE. It seems like 5 points into Benediction is still really good. I think 5 points no matter what in Benediction is good because you still get a lot of, your mana retention, and you don't need to worry about spamming Judgment as much because now you can spam it whenever, since you don't need to stress that much, especially depending on the type of rank of what seal that you're using, whether it's a rank 1 seal of command, or you're going rank 3 seal of command, or it's a rank 3 or rank 1 seal of righteousness, or a rank 5 seal of righteousness, depending on what build you're doing. If you're using righteousness, you're going with the martyrdom build. If you're using command, you're going with the divine storm build, right? And you're sticking to that. So I would say 5 points in the benediction is really good. I would also say, I think right now 5 points in Approved Blessed Might is pretty solid. You can even just do 3 points and maybe 3 into Crusader, because the debuff is still really good with Crusader right now, especially with judging and seal twisting, and especially when you're twisting, you're judging still, right? So your judgments are counting for that holy damage, and then also overall your exorcism. Since we get Art of War, we're using Art of War, it is a massive ability. You're getting a lot of crits, especially if you're doing the Marty build, or if you're sticking with the Crusader build, with the Seal of Command build with Divine Storm. If you keep critting, you get exorcism back, you keep popping that off while there's debuff on them, you're getting just more and more damage from that holy damage, right? So I would say 2 points into judgment, go into command, 5 into conviction as always. We're not going to do pursuit of justice. Maybe we do 1 more point into here. We might come back to fill this out. We go to Sanctity Aura, 1, 2, 3. Let's fill this out. So now your build's looking 5, 5, 3, 2. We're not going to go deflection, to be honest with you, unless you're getting a lot of threat, or if you're tanking, maybe you're doing deep ret tanking, you can go 5 into deflection. This might be a very fucking amazing stat. I always love deflection. I'm always an advocate for deflection no matter what. But in this build, we're going to go straight with just raw, straight damage output, right? So we're going to go 5 into vengeance, and then you got 1 point left. You could say maybe throw 1 into deflection if you really want to, but I would say just throw 1 point in divine strength. Just throw that 1 point for just 2% increase. I know it's minor, but I think that's the best thing you could do for 1 point overall. Because reality, you would want a 5% deflection rather than just a 1% increase. I'd rather get a small 1% increase in somewhere that's going to be strength overall throughout the entire fight, depending on what I'm fighting of a single target phase, right? Or just in general. So that's the build for PvE. That's what I'm going to be doing tonight as well. And, going from Gnomer, finishing that out, and then getting ready for next week's Gnomer. So that's the PvE build. Now, if we're going to do PvP, all right, let's reset. For PvP, I would recommend 5 in Benediction, 5 in Deflection, 2 in Pursuit of Justice, Seal of Command, of course, 5 into Conviction. We're going to go Vindication. We'll go Judgment. You could go 3 into 2 hands weapon spec. You could go Sanctity Aura if you want to, but I would say Eye for an Eye is really solid here. Or if you want to go 2 for Eye to an Eye, because the most time, I personally like having more ability to have counterplay from the range. Not to say that there was much counterplay going against Shadow Priest before they just did that hotfix, right? Where they adjusted their Shadow Word Pain or whatever the def damage thing that they do, where they were basically fucking nuking everybody. However, but just casters in general, right? It's better to have some type of counterplay against casters that are going to crit you pretty hard, especially like mages, right? So I would say either you can go either Sanctity Aura, or you can go for another Eye of Eye, which I think is pretty fucking juicy. Leave your build like this so far. Go 5 into Vengeance, 1 into Repentance, and that's your build. That would be your build. You could make an argument, though, however, in a one-on-one situation, depending on one-on-ones, Seal the Crusader improved, putting a debuff on somebody and smacking them up, since you have Art of War and Exorcism is 80% cost reduction now, and just spamming exorcisms on this individual, whoever you're versing, you know what I mean, any class, is really good. There is a world where improved Seal Crusader in PvP is not that bad, but the problem is that when you're in a multi-fight where, like Warsong Gulch, AV, Arathi Basin, whatever, or Stranglethorn event, it's kind of hard. You can't just fucking throw a Crusader on somebody right off the rip. You know what I mean? You're gonna want to just get in there and start swinging, popping off, hodging, repenting. You know what I mean? Really good stuff. So I really think like improved Seal of Crusader is really good for one-on-one scenario, but multi-fight, this is I think your best build overall. I personally like this build overall. I think you can go with this. This is my recommendation. You don't need to do this. You can maybe say, nah, I want to go with Sanctity Yara, or nah, I'd rather go with Improve the Seal of the Crusader over, maybe into Eye of Eye or whatever, or Vindication. But overall, at the end of the day, every paladin plays different. Every class of respect plays different. This is just my play style. If you want to give it a shot, let me know in the comments below what you think of PvP. I think it's highly viable to have Repent, because especially when you're in a PvP scenario when the person has a priest, your best thing to do is to repent the priest. Always lock the priest down in the background and then take care of the front line. Whatever you see a caster, your biggest thing is to totally shut down the casters. So if you're in a PvP scenario, and let's full cam this, and I see, a person in the back who's, healing, I repent them. I see a mage on the side who either blinked or didn't waste their blink yet, or maybe they have trinket, who knows. If I see them doing something, I hodge them, make them waste their ability, and then I focus on the people in the front, kill their front line. That's how you do it. That's why Paladins are so scary in PvP, because the amount of shutdown options we have. Shut them down, lock them up, throw them in jail. That's how we do it. So that's how you got to get to it. However, that's my recommendation. I hope you guys like the video. That's really about it. I got nothing else to talk about. That's really it. I got the shining light of God still on my face. It's a very beautiful day. And I hope you guys are having a beautiful day as well. I hope everyone's, taking it easy this weekend and chilling out. Getting your Gnomers done. Getting your grinding rep done for PvP. Getting your coinage. Getting a little sippage. Maybe some Korean barbecue. Some wings. Huh? Some spare ribs. Some pork. Who knows, all right? Anywho, listen. I love you guys, all right? I'll catch you on the next one. Keep on keeping on. I'll see you later. Peace.